Captain Phillips. Joining us right now live is Congressman Joe Sestak from Delaware County, who is a retired Navy officer, retired admiral, I understand. What were those guys going through? We have 3 snipers on the stern of this Navy ship, and this lifeboat, no bigger than this area we're sitting in, bobbing up and down in close proximity to the captain, and yet they picked off the snipers.
It's exactly what they're trained for. Cool, deliberate, committed. There's none better than the SEALs. Without a question, they had them there for some time, waiting for the right opportunity if it arose. Commander-in-Chief, having been briefed about 6 times a day, wisely gave permission for the rules of engagement to have this pre-planned response. And then you go to the captain of the ship, who made an instantaneous decision. Go. That's the type of trust you have to have in your commanders, as well as the training in our SEALs, and that's what makes us the best, the U.S. military.
Now, this one was successful. Others have not been. Ransoms have been paid. We've had 2 high-profile piracies, the French cruise ship and now the American Maersk Line's flagship. This is a political problem as well, because Somalia has no control over its people. What has to be done to protect ships?
There's 2 items that have to be done. First, the U.S. Navy has to maintain controls of the great commons of the seas. We're a bit mal-deployed right now, actually, Tim.
Well, Congressman, this is a giant area, the size of half the eastern U.S.
It is. But that's why Secretary of Defense Gates, about 2 days prior to this incident, said he wants to move more funding into littoral combat ships, relatively inexpensive smaller warships, and unmanned air vehicles that can look down and see thousands of square miles and track to see who's who in the zoo. But then diplomatically, you hit it on the head. The source of this is ashore. When Somalia broke into chaos, these clans, which were fishing clans, no longer had a government to control its economic enterprise zones. So other developed nations' fisheries came in, and when I went through those waters 10 years ago, thousands of tunas would jump out of the water, and they went in and devastated that. And now they have turned as one, I can't say the only, but one of the significant reasons to piracy is because of the economic challenges they have.
Their only hope.
That's right. Yeah. That's why the United States, through its strategy of engagement, needs to lead a diplomatic and not our military, but the African military, as well as some NATO forces, into reasserting some establishment of control of Mogadishu and try to regain stability and economic activity there. Ultimately, though, our Constitution, Tim, says we maintain navies, raise armies when needed. Our navies are there because 99% of the volume of all commerce goes by the seas. And so we need to make sure that until we get the new systems out there, they can do it with more cost efficiency, that we just close down this piracy there. That's what we're there for.
Well, let's hope so. And in closing, I know you've said some kind words about the passing of Harry Callis. Well, a sad day for all of us.
Yes, he's a constituent of mine, and without a question,
he'll be missed.
He'll be missed. His voice really did give just utterances to everybody's dream on those great baseball fields.
All right. Congressman Joe Sestak, thank you very much for coming in today. And we're back after this break.